Hello and welcome to the pascom phone system training series. The topic of today's video is DATEV. Now, for those of you who work in the accounts world and everything, you may or may not know DATEV. It is, at the moment, only available in German, but the company itself, or the Verein as it's called in Germany, is actually expanding internationally. And as we have a really cool integration, we thought it would be a good idea to do a tutorial about it for the future.
Yes.
So, with DATEV, what do we need to know, Matthias?
We need to know how the integration works because there are different setup possibilities. There is, maybe you know, there is a difference. You can have pascom as an on-site service or as a cloud service. Same goes for DATEV. You can have an on-site service and a cloud service. And in the case of DATEV, you can also have a partner cloud service. So they have also
ASP
partners,
partner.
yes, which do this. And some combinations do not work. So if you have a pascom cloud and the DATEV cloud, the communication is not possible because DATEV says everything which is in our data center is protected from everywhere.
Right,
so
okay.
Does not work.
Because it's sensitive data, it sort of makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in this case, you have to have an on-site pascom and cloud DATEV because then it works. Or the other way around, you have pascom in the cloud, DATEV on-site. Or if you want a cloud-only solution, ask a DATEV partner, the ISP. He can handle those connections between the cloud services, and most of them do.
Yes, this is true.
And then it works also in this combination.
Okay, well that's enough of the admin side of stuff.
Yes.
Let's have a look at what it looks like in the integration actually on the desktop client.
Yes.
So we're going to have a quick look here.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the desktop client.
This is the desktop client, the pascom desktop client opened in a full screen. And what you can see here is on the one hand the DATEV click. So it starts, the application starts. If there is a DATEV, it automatically displays this DATEV click. So you have to do nothing as a user. It's just out of the box working. First thing you can see is if you go to your phone book, you can then select DATEV contacts, and here are all your DATEV contacts, and you can browse them, search them, call them, whatever.
Right.
So this is easy.
That's pretty cool actually, because I mean the fact that you don't have to do any interconnect between the two platforms. We do all the permissions and everything in the background for you, and it's just automatic. So for, as an end user, there's nothing you have to really worry about.
Nothing you have to do, no server connections or something. All the access rights are correct already because your local DATEV has the access rights for you already. You can only access what you can access already, and pascom does the very same.
But that leads us on to the next question. Okay, now we've got everything installed. As an accountant or a lawyer or whoever I am, I'm not going to be using the pascom client all day, every day.
No, you have the full screen DATEV.
Yes.
And maybe you have a second screen with all the documents because they're also very strong in digital document workflows.
So somehow or other, we've got to get the cool information from pascom to DATEV. What does that look like?
We designed it like that we are not the leading application. So what we can do is we can just close or minimize the pascom application, and we can concentrate fully on the full screen DATEV application and don't miss a single call in that situation.
Right.
So what we do now is the main first case. We get a call from somebody we know already. So we're waiting for the call to come in. Here is the only thing you see from pascom. This is the pop-up. And here you have the DATEV click. You just click here. And what it does, it opens immediately your telephony tab. And I can see already, this is James, he's related to this company and so on and so forth, before I even answer the call. Then I can answer the call, I can say hello if I want to, I can do some consulting if I'm able to, whatever, and then I just hang up. What does DATEV for me? It has not only the data that James called, it has also when, the point in time, and the duration. And that's pretty cool because I can then do all my accounting and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Easy.
I mean, I was going to say, I mean, like as a lawyer or an accountant or a finance person, when a client calls you, you have to then invoice them afterwards.
Maybe.
Yeah, not
or
all
maybe
the time.
not, but you can decide then. But at least you don't have to go through your phone journal and say, I phoned with this, I phoned with him, or have some handwritten notes where you know what to charge at the end.
Yeah, so this can be done automatically for you and you don't actually have to do very much.
Yes.
Now, there is a scenario here. What about if, for example, I forget to click the DATEV click button?
Yes, that's a good question. You could argue then, okay, then the money is lost. No, no. you can go back to the pascom client, and we have a journal, a very detailed journal about everything, a call flow, whatever. If you're familiar to pascom, you will find out soon what we can do here. But now James is calling very often. Maybe he has a lot of questions.
I need lots of legal advice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then here is a call which I also want to check in DATEV. Afterwards, I can just click here, go back to DATEV, and then I see the old call also imported with the beginning in the past. So even a call which I did not use the DATEV click, I can import afterwards, and I see also the duration and everything here. So this is another case. I forgot it. I can go to full auto if I like. We have a button there where you can say DATEV full auto, and then it just opens every call which comes in inside DATEV. Maybe this is too much.
I wouldn't actually necessarily recommend that. I mean, if I'm an accountant, for example, I don't invoice every call.
Yes.
I could be in a conversation with a client, and it could be, you know, something that's like 30 seconds long, and then I realize, actually, no, it's going to be something that I have to invoice for.
Yes.
I click the button then, and then done.
Yes, or you have to document it, or maybe somebody wants to deliver some pizza, and then you just say hello, and then you have a DATEV call in there. So
yeah, not necessarily.
Maybe too much, but this is working, and also if you forgot something.
Now, what about if, for example, as a client, I call from a different number?
Yes, that's also an important question, but we solved this also. If I go back here to my client, to my pascom client, maybe I found out that there is a number which is just the number, and the name is not resolved. So this is not in my local address books, and it's also not in the DATEV address book. What happens now? I can just click here, and then I have multiple options. I can just push this number to DATEV and then create a new contact. Maybe this was not there already, or this is just a new number or whatever. I can push it without a relation, and then I can do the relation in DATEV.
In DATEV, so it could be a new customer or whatever, and then once I've got the information over in DATEV, I then fill out or populate the client data.
But there is another cool option. Maybe this is just...
it could be me asking for more financial advice, but calling from my home office, or my home, for example.
For your home office, this is a very common use case these days. Could be. So what to do then? I can, if you go back to the screen, please, I can then just delete the number, and because I'm phoning with you, I know this is James, and then I know, this is that address. I just click on it, and then it transfers this call also to DATEV, and then I can do the relation afterwards. So even searching while you are on the phone or while I'm using the integration is possible on our side to make the correct relation already. Now,
there are obviously more benefits of, as a DATEV customer, of using pascom. Not only do we have the only approved phone system integration in their marketplace, but obviously you get all the other collaboration tools, which, as Matthias mentioned with the home office side, after my mistake, is very important these days. So you get your mobile apps, you get your video, you get everything you could possibly need, plus the integration. So. There we have it. That is the pascom for DATEV integration. I hope you've enjoyed this video. We'll be back with more in the near future. Thanks for watching. Bye.